It's just knowing that they're on the other side of the phone. You know, to me, when I go out and start a machine up, I'll tell the guys that the most powerful tool that you've got in your toolbox is your cell phone. Okay. If you don't know something, you've got somebody to call. And that's, you don't have to call straight to the manufacturer. You call the dealer. Okay. He's got to be available. And that's where the relationships come into play. It's people are looking for solutions. Okay, so how do we deliver those solutions and who can deliver those? The most valuable dealers are the ones that can deliver the solutions or know the path to those solutions. So keeping those lines of communications open and knowing that when a customer calls, he's looking for that relationship. And relationship selling, the most successful dealers, hands down, no arguments, are the ones that have those relationships. Not only when they call, they know what's going on with their machine. They own their territory. And a lot of the times when the best part of my job is when I can go out with a dealer, we call on a customer, we go to lunch with that customer, and while we're eating lunch, not one word is mentioned about work, about machines, about what's going on at LeeBoy, what's going on with XYZ Contracting. What we're talking about is how did your kid do at baseball this week? Okay, what's going on? How's your fishing trip last week? Those are when you feel comfortable enough to celebrate and to mourn with your customers, then you know that you've done the right things toward that job, because they feel comfortable enough with you to do those things, and they'll feel comfortable enough with you to discuss some issues that they've got. But that's what the most successful customers will do. They, not only do they see them, do they care what happens 8 to 5 in the dirt? They care what happens from 5 to 8 outside, and they care. And that's what builds relationships.
Exactly. And that's what builds not only the long-term relationship, but the long-term trust.
Correct.
Within the industry and with your customer directly. So as far as the dealers specifically, are you seeing a lot of training with their sales guys? I know sales guys from time to time can be, bouncing around from dealers to dealer, or, it's just may not be extremely stable. Are you seeing dealers investing more in their sales staff on training them how to not only create the relationship, but build a long lasting one?
Yeah, sure. It's when they know firsthand. And we have multiple times a year that we invite dealers to come up to the plant to take part in our training, which, as you know, you've been there. You know what we're doing.
LeeBoy University.
That's it. And, I've been doing LeeBoy University. If I've been with LeeBoy for 25 years, 20 years I've been doing LeeBoy University, and it's evolved from a glorified plant tour to hands-on 3-day training. And when a dealer is hands-on at the factory, they take what they've learned and that firsthand knowledge out to the customers. That I've seen this. I've seen how this is put together, and I've seen the quality that goes in and that goes down. And what we hear, we put this training on right now a few times a year, and the only cost to the dealer is his travel expenses. Okay. And we have dealers that will call us up and say, listen, if we pay you, will you come down and do this training for us? They're willing to invest in their guys, because the cost of hiring somebody is astronomical these days, because you've got to bring them up to speed, because that's what the customers expect. They know everything from day one. And for those guys to feel confident, you've got to invest in that training. And, it's, you brought up something that's very near and dear to my heart is the trust. People don't buy, I don't care what you're selling, staplers or excavators or asphalt pavers. People don't buy from people they like. They buy from people they trust. And if you get that trust, they're going to keep calling you time after time. And that trust is not earned on day one. So it's earned,
Right.
over a period of time when they know you know what you're talking about and that you back that up for sure.